we've got the Jon Stewart owning the Arkansas Attorney General. Do we like this one? There was an update to this story.
I haven't seen it, so I'm excited. Everyone's been talking about it.
Wait, you haven't watched it?
No.
Oh, well, then fantastic. Let's watch it. I thought it was great.
It was the first ever.
You know, I am a fan of his show. It's pretty good, I think, on Apple TV. This was a really good
you're
episode.
a lib.
The only thing I don't like is he does these roundtables, and I just hate roundtable conversations. But
No, I think he's. I don't know. I mean, I grew up with Jon Stewart. He's very formative. I'll admit, like back then, I think what he was doing was incredible, especially for someone like myself. I was like, damn, no one is actually criticizing like American imperialism, or no one's actually criticizing America in this way. And there was a reason why he was considered one of like the most valuable news broadcasts, even though it was on Comedy Central. But now I feel like he has his personal pet projects that he truly cares about, which is great and wonderful. You know, he was always ride or die for the first responders. Yeah. You know, he's been working on the burn pits thing too. But other than that, I feel like his commentary, unfortunately, comes across a little dull at a time when, you know, when systemic issues are way more apparent. You know, and he's not really undermining the root cause, and he tries to always fall into that trap of fixing the capitalist structure from within with capitalist solutions. But anyway, let's see what this was probably good though. I think
some of his previous episodes were a little toothless, but this one he really hit hard. Actually, I'm gonna try to find a longer clip because this one's only a minute long, and I'm not sure.
Jon Stewart, like what made Jon Stewart was his no holds barred approach for the most part to certain things. Now looking back at some of his commentary, I recognize that yes, even for back then, it wasn't, you know, as cutting edge as I thought it was, but you know, I still hold a special place in my heart.
Well, you're gonna love this. This is very good. So the background on this is she's the Attorney General for Arkansas, and they've passed a law.
Arkansas. Arkansas.
Hey, what? Now I'm so confused. Why does it say Arkansas here?
It is Arkansas. That's how.
Oh, that's her last name, bro. I was like, what am I looking at?
No, I say
Arkansas, Kansas.
No, I say Arkansas as a joke. It's.
But that's her fucking name. Wait.
No, no.
What does Arkansas mean?
No, that's how you write Arkansas, Ethan.
Are you kidding me?
Only in Kansas City.
Arkansas.
I got another one.
I think I know.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
No,
I make that joke all the
me,
time.
bro.
The shit on Arkansas.
It's not your fault.
You confused the shit out of me, dude.
I did.
Because you were saying Arkansas, and then I looked at this, and then I started.
Well,
saying
English
Arkansas.
is weird. English is weird. It's not.
No, you fucked me, bro.
No, I got you, Ethan. You know what it is? It's because Jake Paul said it on the show before. It was a meme when he said Arkansas.
Yeah. Wait, Jake Paul does
you get me that
Arkansas
clip?
too?
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, what the fuck? That's my shtick.
Anyway, so the Attorney General of Arkansas, they're passing a law.
Like that just based on what they told
I said
me.
it right, and then y'all started fucking with me. I am dyslexic.
I have always done this.
I am
because
dyslexic. Okay, you can't.
It's a
push
double
me.
whammy. I like to make fun of the state, just as I make fun of every fucking state, and also, I like to make fun of the English language for being so fucking weird, where it's not. What's the term? There's a specific term for it. You can't sound out the English language adequately.
Phonetic.
It's not phonetic. Yes. So, you know, like, why is it Arkansas and not Arkansas?
Listen, guys, I'm dyslexic, okay? Leave me the fuck alone. Here's the thing. So they passed a law saying that prohibiting kids under 18 from getting gender-affirming care of any kind. And Jon Stewart absolutely eviscerates her for this. There's actually an update to this story as well, which is satisfying.
We're going to allow these children to be children. And as they are, we want to, again, encourage them to have the access to the mental health care, because none of us can imagine, whether it's my daughter, your daughter, your son, any of us can imagine having those conversations.
If my daughter or my son came to me in agony and I knew there was a program that I could get them into that had positive effects on their mental health, I would swim across rivers and climb mountains and tunnel through whatever I needed to get to save that child's life. And my guess is you'd do the same. And I truly hope you're never faced with that decision, because I imagine it's agonizing for the parent.
Yes.
And it's agonizing for the child. But the fact that you've removed that option for people seems antithetical to the values you profess to espouse.
Well, again, we're going to allow...
You know what? That's obviously not doing it justice. Let's just pull this up. I think the whole thing is really good. Should we watch this, or you want to move on?
I mean, I'm down. I'm down to watch it if you want to watch it. But we got a lot going on today. We got Alex Jones, Kanye West.
Did you guys upload this whole thing? And did it get claimed?
No, this is on YouTube.
Only the short clip.
Yeah, you didn't check the whole thing.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know how litigious Apple TV Plus is.
I mean,
probably very.
Look,
but...
the point is, he's absolutely correct. These guys are brutal. The only difference between this and like the abortion ban, even though it comes from the same place of like malicious, hurtful, oppressive policy making, is that it impacts trans people and not 50% of the population, women. So there aren't that many people that advocate for it. Gender norms are a very important part of our development, and the way we understand it is very rigid. So a lot of people have built-in transphobia from the jump for that reason. So when something is like so boundary breaking as the existence of trans people, which have historically existed way before Western civilization and will continue to exist, and people don't want to really understand gender as a social construct. They want to keep going about it. They want to keep going about their lives without recognizing that maybe the way we understand it is different, right? And maybe we were wrong. So there are not that many allies for this cause. So you can get away with being as brutal as possible, which, Republicans are never going to stop. They will always do that.
So, you know what? I think this is actually a really important issue because trans advocacy is so important. I mean, like you're saying, they're basically the most fucked minority of people right now, and actually the most high risk too in terms of like self-harm and stuff if they're not getting the proper treatment. I think this segment is so like impactful and important. Let's just watch it.
Why would the state of Arkansas step in to override parents, physicians, psychiatrists, endocrinologists who have developed...
Can I ask, what's an endocrinologist?
It's a specialist that's like your hormone system.
Okay, got it. So that would be a right on the nose medical expert.
Yeah.
Got it.
Guidelines. Why would you override those guidelines?
Well, I think it's important that all of those physicians, all of those experts, for every single one of them, there's an expert that says we don't need to allow children to be able to take those medications. That there are many instances where...
But that's not true. It's not for everyone. There's one. These are the established...
Well, I don't know that's not true. I don't know that...
Do your fucking research, dumbass. What the fuck?
If you don't know that that's true, wouldn't you?
Well, I know that there are doctors and that we had plenty of people come and testify before our legislature who said that, we have 98% of the young people who have gender dysphoria, that they are able to move past that.
Ethan, it was blocked.
Our stream?
No, not your stream, but I just re-uploaded, so just a warning.
It got blocked?
It got blocked.
I was trying to say, it's Apple.
Okay, let's not fuck around with it then. But the point is...
It's just so stupid. It's like,
the point is she doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about.
I'm promoting your dumb fucking show, Jon Stewart, you idiot.
It's not his fault. He doesn't
It's all their fault.
Control over it.
It's all their faults.
Yeah, the gender dysphoria argument is super disingenuous. Because like it factors in it factors in every single person, like it basically factors in anyone and everyone, right? And not everyone that feels dysphoric as a child is trans. So it doesn't factor in exclusive trans people in that documentation. It factors in everyone as cis. So the underlying assumption is that everyone is cis, and then they experience gender dysphoria. It's disingenuous. And if you were to look at actual experts on the subject matter, if you were to look at all the studies conducted on this, you would see that it's overwhelmingly positive, and detransitioning across the board is like a really rare, an incredibly rare phenomena.
Well,
really.
the one thing that they always misrepresent is that like actually irreversible transitioning, there's like a super high benchmark within kids that they have to they have to check off the list and get all kinds of approvals from doctors and associations and stuff. But I guess the one thing I want to say about this clip is she keeps referring to these. There's other people, there's other doctors, there's other specialists that say we shouldn't be doing this. So we found out who the experts are that she is referring to. One of them is Dr. Patrick Lepert. She's a plastic surgeon who's allowed her board certification to expire, and she doesn't even practice surgery anymore. She runs a Botox clinics in a strip mall in Alabama next to a Pizza Hut. He's never worked with a trans patient and has no experience treating gender dysphoria. They quoted this doctor.
Wow, shocking.
In passing, statewide ban.
I mean, yeah, it's disgusting.
It's so fucked up.
They just quote. These are the people that came and testified in front of their legislature about this.
Did they be like, so tell me,
it's the same tactic.
Do?
I mean,
what do you do?
It's
like,
the same tactic. It's the same tactic with abortion. Like, both are medical procedures,
this
right?
is where he works.
That's hilarious. Both
Shout out Alejandra for
both are
putting this all
medical
together.
procedures, right? That you should be able to get freely, okay? And they will always find like one random crank doctor who's like, nah, I will go against the scientific consensus on the matter, and that's all it takes. They don't even need that, really. They're just padding the deck. Like, they're gonna, because their point isn't genuinely, saving people's lives or anything like that. They are aware that it's just purposely done for cruelty against the marginalized community that they've demonized.
Well, they're a great scapegoat. They love this whole.
Yeah.
Everyone's trying to go trans. By the way, thank you for the gifted Deaf Noodles 20 gifted. Thank you for the gifted.
Yeah. So that's the main purpose behind it, and the tactics are identical. And with respect to trans people, it's like because they make up a much smaller percentage of every community. Whether it's because they're purposely pushed aside, whether because people cannot realize that they are trans.
Oh shit.
I
got banned.
Yeah, I saw.
Bullying and harassment.
That's crazy.
We're bullying the Attorney General of Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Never say that to me again. I won't ever heard that word again.
But for those reasons, it's difficult to combat the sea of hatred.
Let me just say here real fast. Dr. Paul Jerez is a doctor affiliated with the hate group Alliance Defending Freedom. He objects to gender-affirming care on religious grounds. He doesn't care about trans youth. He stated, some children are born in this world to suffer and die. He said that?
Good doctor.
He's a doctor?
Yeah.
Yo, some kids are just born to suffer and die.
Yeah.
That's it. Are you Satan,
so
bro?
is Mengele. You know what I mean? It's just,
Holy
they're
fuck.
giving doctors to everybody out here.
This guy went all the way, got his MD to just say shit like that.
He's the 1 in 10 dentist that doesn't recommend Crest.
Right.
Yeah.
Another one is Dr. Stephen Levine makes his entire living on denying trans people access to gender-affirming care. In his testimony, he referred to trans people as narcissistic and has practiced a form of conversion therapy on his patients. There's like a whole, it seems like there's an exclusive little club of trans-hating freak doctors that they get paid to go on, take the show on the road.
Yeah, there's an industry for everything.
Yeah, and then finally, Dr. Mark Regnerus, who wrote the infamous New Ragnarok, Arkansas, New Family Structure paper in 2012 on same-sex couples and the effect on children with a terrible methodology. He was thoroughly discredited by this study and has no expertise in the care of gender dysphoria in trans youth. So there it is, statewide legislation based on 4 quacks, to put it mildly. One who just openly wants children, so he's cool with children being born in this world suffer and die. There it is, guys. Shout out Arkansas, ladies and gentlemen. Love it.